Hello my friends, my name is Dragonheart, the Prince of Wales, and Happy New Year! Welcome to the channel. This is the second video that I've made this year for the channel. I've made one for Total War 3 Kingdoms with the Mandate of Heaven DLC. But this is the first time I've appeared on camera, so Happy New Year to you all. And yeah, thank you for tuning in. So this is a quick update video basically on a few things that's been going on lately and stuff that I want to sort of mention and stuff. But first of all, I've got my Italy top on here. This is a relic as far as football shirts go. This is the Italy top from like the 2000 till 2002, 2003 sort of period. It's lovely. It's made by Kappa. But you know the logo on the arm right here? If you like get rid of the heads like that, doesn't it look like someone's got their legs wide open and ready to take a pounding? Don't it? Look at it. You're ready to take a pounding with it. So just a little observation that I've noticed with the Kappa logo that I just thought I'd mention. But yeah, a few things going on in my life at the moment. I'm back in work, which is, I guess. I got a few weddings I'm going to this year. My best friend Tom, some of you would have met Tom that came to my wedding last year. It's his wedding in April, so I'm his best man. So I got to do a speech for him and everything. And I go over his house tonight actually, so we're going to play some games and do some stuff over there tonight, which will be cool. And I got another wedding going to literally a week apart from that, which is someone who used to work with my wife. So we're going to their wedding as well, and we've got another wedding we've got to go to later in the year. So this is the year of weddings for us, basically. As far as like YouTube goes, it's a bit of a bizarre one, really, because the new year sort of started, and my mind went totally blank of what to do and what to record. And I was like, I'll take a week or so away from it. I'm not going to just let it, like, to be fair, I've been fairly inconsistent for the past couple of years, really, as far as videos and ideas go. So I just thought I'll give it a week or 2 weeks or whatever. Have a break from it, focus on, like, me and stuff, and we'll come back then. And as I'm, like, sitting there one day, I just go through my emails, my Gmail, and I had like 5 or 6 different like notifications that all pop up at the same time, like 22 minutes past 11 or something it was. And it was like, oh, your video's been blocked worldwide on like all of them. I'm like, what the hell is going on? What is this YouTube stuff? Like, I've been doing this YouTube stuff now for like 7 years. I started in 2013 and it's 2020 now, so I like to say I'm quite experienced at it and pretty much know what I'm doing. As my phone goes off, pretty much know what I'm doing, to be fair. And I'm like looking at it, I'm thinking, what is this? So this is, I go onto my computer, I log in when I get home from work, and I'm literally spending like half an hour just going through it, trying to work out who this company is that's blocking all my videos and stuff. And it's not like the videos, to be fair, most of them were former live streams. They were VODs, which were like an hour, 2 hour, 3 hour long sort of thing, from like The Witcher, and I think there was one from Telltale's Walking Dead from like 4 years ago. No one's watching these videos on my channel or these streams. They're not the type of stuff, you literally watch it day at a time, and once like a week goes, no one really cares about it anymore. So they don't make any money or anything. But it's the principle more, I think. I hate having stuff wrongly sort of copyrighted. So I tried to do a little bit of digging. I put a tweet out to everyone. And to be fair, a lot of you got back to me straight away and linked me some stuff and said to me, oh, it's actually, I think it's this person, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, I think there's a company, Studio 71, I think they're called. I think they had some sort of bots or something taking over their stuff there, and they put a tweet out on their page basically saying, look, if you put a claim in, we'll release it straight away, blah blah blah. So I went my emails. I manually went to all the videos. 2 of them I was able to do. The other 4 were already like released by the time I got home from work. So I was like, oh cool, that's sorted. But the 2 of them I did, and within like minutes they were released. But it's just annoying that like in this day and age where YouTube is changing, the beast is changing constantly all the time, you have to jump through hoops more often now than you've ever had to before. And you're at a stage now where like it's quite hard to be motivated to make content sometimes, and then you get little shit stuff like this that goes on, and it's like, oh, and even though it's something or nothing really, it doesn't affect me in any way really. As far as the only thing is that the videos are like blocked worldwide, but they don't make views and stuff, so it's not a big deal as far as that goes. But it's the principle of it, and it's just like, oh, fuck's sake. Do you know what I mean? So a bit kind of annoyed by that. But it got sorted in the end, which is great. But, it's 2020 now. I'm pretty thing with what I can make and what I can't make. I know I swear, as I have done already in this video, but I don't want to like censor myself to please the YouTube gods or whatever. You know, I don't want to tailor my content to be child friendly. I don't want to have copyrighted stuff in my videos, which I do my best not to. I always use the Kevin MacLeod music if I ever do have background music in my videos, because they are safe to use, copyright free stuff. So that's what I use pretty much all my background tracks and stuff. But it is getting to a point where it's like, oh god, do you know what I mean? Just super annoying. So that's like the YouTube side of things right now. I did say I'm doing I've started a campaign for Total War 3 Kingdoms Mandate of Heaven DLC. I haven't really played 3 Kingdoms since I've had it, and it is kind of sad. I bought the limited edition or special edition steel book set, which had like a funny poster in it and whatever, which is nice. And I bought it, I played it for like 5 or 6 hours, and then I literally didn't play it. Then I went back a few months later, played it again for a few hours, didn't play it. And now here we are at 2020, you know, a year on, or 6-8 months on, however, you know, I think it was May last year it was released, wasn't it? So yeah, it was about 8 months on. And it's like, yeah, I'll give it a go again and try and get back into it. I felt like I bought it for the wrong reasons. I should have just waited in like a sale. But that was me back then trying to think, oh, let's get the video up straight away, let's make views and shit like that, which is the wrong mentality to have, which I've admitted in the past in videos. But Creative Assembly very kindly gave me early access to the DLC, which is nice. It's mad. Like, when I was younger, I was chasing that YouTube dream of getting early access and being one of the guys, you know. And literally, like, 7 years later, I couldn't give a shit. I've got early access. I've had early access for stuff for Total War now for a long time. I think back a few years ago, it used to mean something because only a select few really had access. Like, I remember Total War Tiller. Now, that was released 2014, I believe, or maybe 15, 14 or 15. I think it's 15. Total War Tiller was like the first Total War game where YouTubers were getting early access to it in the Total War community. And I remember the what was the DLC called? The Age of Charlemagne DLC, where you had like 8 playable factions. You had like the Emirate of Cordoba, you had like Wessex, and you had the Danes, and you know, it was really good DLCs. Like, it's still one of my favorites to this day. And you had like 8 YouTubers who all had like access. You had like Lionheart, Legend of Total War, Jackie Fish, Alex the Rambler, Fishley Devin, you know, all the big names, you know, or channels that would go on to become the big names, I should say, in Total War community. And it was like a big deal having early access then. But now it's a bit different because you literally sign up to like this thing. They've changed the way they do things now. So they've got like a dedicated guy, community guy, that does like the admin, I guess you could call it, or the socializing or organizing, whatever you want to call it, of all these different people. He's pretty good. To be fair, he's pretty great, this guy is. And he loves cats as well, which is even better because he puts a lot of cat pictures up on his Twitter. But you sign up to it now, and there are literally like a shit ton, hundreds of channels out there now that are able to get early access in some form. They've got like Total War verified content creators, and they've got like something else. So like the verified ones, I think, or the bigger ones basically get early access 2 or 3 weeks before something's due for release, and then the other people get it like a week before. I'm in like the week before category, so I think this particular DLC, for example, is released on the 13th, I think, or 14th or 15th. I don't know, I haven't been paying attention. 13th or 15th, I want to say, is one of those 2 dates. And I've had early access since like the 8th or 9th, but I didn't start playing it until the 10th because I'm busy and I have things to do. A few years ago, I'd been right on it. I would have stayed up all night, like a few years ago. This is how mentalities and changes, and how I've grown up as a person. A few years ago, I would have stayed up all night. I would have, even with the shitty internet over my parents' house, I would have sat down, got everything set up, a microphone and everything. I would have been super on it, like a carb on it. I would have been recording, and I wouldn't have had any sleep. And I would have literally finished recording and editing by like 4 o'clock, set it to upload 4:30 in the morning or something. And then I would have left my computer on overnight, and then I would have woken up like a baby with a sore ass at like 7:30 or 8 in the morning, and I would have crawled over to see what the upload was like, and it would have said it's done 10%. And I was like, no! And I'd have to go to work or whatever, and I'd come back then at like 5:30 or 6 or something, and then it'll say like it's got 10 minutes remaining. I was like, yes, because that's how long it used to take me to upload stuff back then. But it's just crazy how your mentality changes. But that's what I would have been like a few years ago. Whereas now I'm just like, nah, whatever. If I want to do something, I might do something, sort of thing. Because I don't really like. Yeah, obviously I want to grow the channel, keep growing the channel. The channel's been growing like all the time, but it just grows at a very small snail's pace, basically, which is fine. Most of that growth comes down to successful videos that I've done previously. But I think it's good to have breaks. This is the point I'm trying to get to, but I've gone on a bit of a weird tangent. I think it's good to have breaks from YouTube every now and again, because YouTube can really fucking get you down, because it's the internet, and it's the internet, So it's nice to have breaks from it all and just sort of, look after yourself for a bit and do your own sort of thing. I'm looking after myself a bit more this year. There's two things that I'm trying to do. You can call them New Year's resolutions if you want to, but one of the things is I'm trying to be a bit more financially responsible, because I'm the sort of person that will get paid on payday. And to be fair, I'll put like half that money towards like the house or savings or whatever, usually the house, and then I'll spend the other half literally within a couple of days, and I'm left like my final like couple of £100 to survive for like the next 3 weeks. I'm like, I can't go. I'm one of those kind of people. Although I'm better now than I have been ever, probably, because having a house and having cats and stuff, it changes you. It really does. But what I've done, what I'm doing this year, I'm being a bit more financially responsible, having like savings accounts, putting a bit more in. If I'm going to try and buy something, I'm going to like wait a few months or see if it comes down in price, or see if I can get a good deal somewhere. I'm not going to jump and buy things. It's like video games. An example of this was last month. So I wanted to play Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Really good game, by the way. I recommend if anybody is a Star Wars fan, or if you're a fan of like Uncharted or Tomb Raider, you might like this game as well, because it's very similar to those kind of games. But of course, it's a brand new game. It's like 50 quid wherever you go. In most places, or 55 quid if you buy a brand new from like Game or somewhere. Well, I bought it from Game, but I didn't pay that. I paid £17 for it. And when I say I paid £17 for it, Panda paid £17 for it, because she wanted to get me a gift for Christmas. And I said, I wouldn't mind that, but let's not spend loads of money. Let's just try and keep it to something small. So what we did, I went through my PS4 games collections, and I found like 5 games on there which I'm never going to play ever again. One of them was like WWE 19, it's last year's WWE game. I don't really play them anymore. I haven't played WWE games for a few years, really. I think last time I played WWE games was when I was streaming it. I think I was streaming WWE 16 or 17 on YouTube a few years ago, and I had like the face paint on stuff, which was really cool. Good memories, by the way. But I didn't. I'm not going to play it again. So I got rid of that. I got rid of Murdered Soul Suspect, mainly because I've never played it. I got rid of one of her games. She got rid of one of her games, and I think Vampire. Vampire was one of the ones I got rid of, because that game was shit. I bought that from Game like last year or the year before, whenever it was released, and that was shit. It really was. It was a bloody awful game, that was. So I got rid of 5 games, and in Game you can trade them in. You got like a loyalty card, and you get a shitload of points back. So you don't get money. You trade for like, I think you can trade for cash, but you got to have something else, like a bill or something to show your address or whatever, and you get a lesser amount with cash, but you get more of an amount if you get points. So I just trade them in. I got a load of points for them, and then I used that to get Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. And like I said, a £50 game, paid 17 quid for it. Great. And now I've completed it. I might just go rid of it again, because I'm not going to play it again, because it's one of those kind of games, once you've played it, you've done the story once, do you really want to go back and play it? It's you have to be like really like, unless you want to go back and play it again in like 3 years time or something, which sometimes happens with games. But I might get rid of it again now, because I've played it and done it. So that's kind of where I am with like my finances and stuff. And that's like the one thing I'm trying to do this year. Try and be a bit more financially viable, not waste money. I've wasted lots of money on games in the past. It's something that's going to stop. For example, the only game I'm going to buy this year that's going to be like a full price thing is probably going to be Bannerlord, if it comes out this year. It should have come out this year. I think they said, didn't they, that I think March is going to be like the year that, or the month that the they're going to have the open beta, I think. So Bannerlord will be like the only game I buy that's full price. Everything else can wait, to be honest with you. I'll save, or I'll get like vouchers or points or whatever, and try and be a bit more sensible with it. And that leads into my second thing, which I'm going to try and do this year, and that is to look after my health a bit more. We had money for Christmas, me and my wife, and what we decided to do, we put it towards getting a running machine, and we had a good deal because the running machine that we got, it's like 260, 270 quid on Argos, but on Amazon we found it over Christmas, and it was nearly £100 cheaper. So we had it for like 160, 180, I think, something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was. Good deal we had, right? Good deal. Saved a bit of money on it. We both paid half each towards it, and we've both been using it religiously. So a little running machine, it calculates your time, your kilometers that you've done. You've got your different speed settings. You've got like 1, and you can put 1.1, 1.2, 1.5, 2, and it goes all the way up to 8. So it's got some good settings. I mean, 8 is like sprinting, to be honest, though. And you've got different settings, so you can got like a decline level or an incline. I tend to use the incline quite a lot because you work harder going uphill. And you've got like a little slot for your drink and whatever. It's got a little thing which you can attach to your shirt or your shorts or whatever, and you put it onto the machine. So if like you're going to fall off, it'll rip off and the machine just shuts down, so it makes it a bit safer, sort of thing. And you've got like these arm pads that you put your handles that you put your hands on, and if you hold it there for a bit, it'll measure your pulse, your current pulse rate, and use a setting that you can press on there as well to check your calories in that session that you've burned. So it's really good. It's exactly what we want, and we use it every day. When I started using it, I was doing 10 minutes a day, but the last 2 days now, I've done half an hour each, knackering, the sweat just pouring off me, dripping on the machine. That's how much I've been getting into it. And I'm trying to moderate what I eat as well a little bit, not overindulge. You know, me a couple of years ago, especially when I lived at home with my parents, you know, I would be the sort of person that'd have dinner and stuff. I'd go upstairs, I'd sit down for hours on end playing games and pissing about, and then I'd have like a big pack of like bonbons, or like, you know, pink wafer. You can get them in supermarkets, like pink wafer. Oh, what are they called? They're like it's like wafers with pink and white kind of like creamy stuff in the middle of it, and they're really like sugary, really bad for you. I'd have like a pack of like 8 of them. I'd eat all 8 in one go. I was like that bad when I was younger, so that stops. To be fair, I haven't been eating like that for a while. I don't eat pink wafers anymore anyway, and I haven't had bonbons in ages. But beside the point, I limit myself now to what I can and can't eat. I'm tracking it a bit more, being sensible. I don't really drink fizzy pop that much now at all, if I can help it. If we're going out for a meal with a bunch of people and stuff, I might have a glass of Coke or Diet Coke or something. But when I'm at home, it's water all the way. I'm drinking water. I go to work, I drink water from the machine dispenser thing they got there. So yeah, just looking after myself a bit more and not be overweight. Because for someone my age, so I'm 28, I'm 6'1", and I was 15 stone, and that's classified by your BMI as overweight. Whereas if you're 14 stone, but you're that age and that height, you're classed as being a good weight. So I'm a stone off where I want to be. So my aim is to lose a stone in the next 2 months, basically, to try and get a healthier sort of weight for me. Because at the end of the day, you know, when you're overweight, you're at more risk for like heart diseases and you know, having bad cholesterol and stuff like that. So my phone just went off again, so someone really wants to get hold of me. So yeah, that's kind of how I feel about that. So they're like the things I'm going to do. The final thing I'm going to talk about in today's like update vlog thing is VR. That's one of the things I want to try and get into at some stage. Again, being financially sensible over it, saving up towards it first and then getting it. But what I've read online is that the PlayStation VR for PS4 is going to be backwards compatible. So you can use it on like PS5 and PS4, which is going to be great. Or the PS5 is going to be backwards compatible to play PS4 games, but the VR stuff will work on PS5, which is great. I'm thinking again of VR. I've been thinking about VR for a while, probably about a year, 18 months or so, but they're so expensive. But I'm going to shop around. I'm going to see what I get the best deal on, and when it gets to a point where I feel like I can afford it, I might get one, because I think that'd be cool to experience games in a VR sort of thing. And you're gonna laugh when I say this, but it's like games like No Man's Sky, which were absolutely slated on release and shit, but they patched it and did really well. And last time I played No Man's Sky a couple of months ago, it was actually a really enjoyable game. But people saying like it's one of the best VR games because you're like in space, you got all these different planets and stuff going on, and it's like actually yeah, that sounds quite cool. Like to be in space in like a first person thing, and it's like you're actually in that zone playing it and like boom boom shooting things and floating down to planets and stuff like that. So that's just like one example. There's a lot of other games on there like Skyrim and stuff which look pretty cool, and Resident Evil 7. So there's definitely scope for me to play some games and experience them in a different way, which I'm looking forward to. So I'm gonna probably get VR this year at some stage. I'll probably wait until nearer my birthday. My birthday's in June. I usually get some money from my parents my birthday. When you're younger, you get like Star Wars toys, Millennium Falcons, action figures, stuff like that. And then as you get older, they'll either get you like socks, underwear, or they'll say, "Oh, what you on this year?" I'm like, "Money, money, money, caveman, money," because like adults, we need money. So yeah, like that's like the best present to get me, basically. Anyway, I mean waffling for too long now. I don't want to go half hour because that's just too long. I've been Dragonheart. Thank you for watching this video. Until next time, goodbye.